Hello, I'm Laura Kyle in Kuala Lumpur with the top stories here on Al Jazeera. US President Barack Obama is back home after visiting Ghana to outline his policies on Africa. In a speech in Accra, Obama said he'd use American aid money to promote democracy, peace and healthcare. He also criticized corrupt regimes but stopped short of naming specific governments. 2 bombs have exploded in central Baghdad, killing at least 1 person and wounding 20 others. The explosion tore through a billiard hall in the mainly Shia area of Karada. There have been several attacks across Iraq this week in the wake of the pullback by US combat troops from urban areas at the end of June. The Abu Sayyaf group in southern Philippines has freed unharmed the last of 3 Red Cross hostages. Italian Eugenio Vagni was released to mediators on the southern island of Jolo at around midnight on Sunday. He'd been captive for nearly 6 months. Authorities in China are saying that an explosion at a chemical plant in the western Xinjiang region appears to be an accident. It happened about 8 kilometers from the regional capital, URUMQI. A police official has been quoted as saying the explosion was not a deliberate attack. URUMQI was the scene of ethnic riots a week ago that killed more than 180 people. In Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, at least 20 people have been killed in a battle between Islamist rebels and government troops. One of the dead is a suspected Afghan fighter. The UN and the African Union say hundreds of foreigners are now fighting for the Islamist Al-Shabaab group, which is pushing to overthrow Somalia's fragile interim government. Iran appears to have offered Western leaders an olive branch in negotiations over its nuclear ambitions. Tehran is preparing a package of proposals that officials say will include political, security and international issues. G8 leaders had warned Iran it has until September to accept negotiations over its nuclear program or face tougher sanctions. Recently identified remains of Bosnians killed in the Srebrenica massacre have been given a proper burial. The bodies of 534 victims that had been exhumed from mass graves were laid to rest on Saturday. An estimated 8,000 Bosnian Muslims were killed when Bosnian Serb forces overran the town in July 1995. Well, for all the latest updates, you can log onto our website. The address aljazeera.net/English.